Welcome to the RIP 28 podcast. This is the RIP 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. I am your super cool host, Slider Sports Guy, joined by a couple of my good friends. We always start off with the president. What's going on there, Presidente?
What's going on? C-Ned's in the building. Let's get it going.
All right, on the other side, L. Beezy, the educator's educator. What you doing?
What it do is Beezy the Great, the educator's educator, a.k.a. Uncle Elroy, here to get it in again. Let's get it.
And this time we bringing back the RIP 28 podcast most favorite, a.k.a. the one and only Cheddar. How you doing, Cheddar, baby?
Hey.
Hey, that's all we get.
That's all you getting.
Oh,
I'm ready. I'm excited. Thanks for letting me come back.
Oh, my God.
She's ready for action. Well, check this out, man. This is the RIP 28 podcast. Like I say, man, it's a podcast where a few friends get together. Man, we talk about a few things. Some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like. But we keep on talking. And the thing about the RIP 28 podcast, man, we are everywhere. Everywhere you want to be. The RIP 28 podcast, we are there, and we're ready. I went too far on this thing right here, moving too quick. We are everywhere. I'm trying to show, okay, there you go. Those are all the places we are, man.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I went too far. Man, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Podbay, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Google Podcasts, Twitter, Anchor. Man, we are everywhere. And this is the thing, man. Since we're everywhere, wherever you're watching us, wherever you're listening to us right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit those buttons, man, because I'm going to be honest, man. If you don't hit those buttons, your mama probably just don't like you. That's basically what it comes down to. Your mama don't even like you.
Talking about your mamas.
If you don't like this podcast, man. So, oh well, man. A lot of stuff going on in the world. First thing we want to jump into, man, what are our favorite actresses? Did I say that right? Actresses? That's close, ain't it? Close enough.
It works. You did it. You did your best.
There you go. We were talking, it was AJ Johnson. I know y'all remember AJ Johnson. AJ Johnson, first time you saw was on a house party. She was Shireen on house party. Had on that bodysuit. I loved AJ Johnson back then.
You were smiling on that one. You liked that one,
yeah. You know I did, boy. Good memories, man. But what else? You know, and I think she been on a bunch of other things, but I know another big thing was Baby Boy, when she was the mama on Baby Boy. And that was a real iconic role, real hood, definitely a hood classic, man, classic movie. Matter of fact, it's a couple of black movies out there that if you don't know as a black person, I don't really trust you. I'm gonna be honest, man. There's a couple of them out there as a black person. If you don't know, I won't fuck with you, man. Well, like Five Heart.
You gotta know Baby Boy.
Gotta know Baby Boy, man. It's just certain ones.
Players
anyway, fast forward. AJ was on this podcast Angela Yee has called Lip Service. And on Lip Service, she was talking about, I think it was her 50th birthday. She had a wild sexual experience. She said she had 2 men at one time, man. She was talking about getting a train ran on her, man.
Pretty much.
She got a train ran on. Well, I see you looked at me funny when I said train. Why you looked at me funny when I said train, Sheree?
Why is it a train? Wouldn't the train be at least 3 or 4 people?
No.
Yeah, it was 3 people.
It was 3 people.
That's a threesome.
That is not a threesome. That is not a threesome.
Go ahead. What happened?
All right, I will break this down for you, man. A threesome is loving and touching and everybody caressing together. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 women and a man.
Okay.
It's
No.
two
Okay.
women and a man. That is a threesome. Okay, that's a threesome. A train is two dudes and a chick. Two
Okay. We
dudes
don't
and a chick.
disagree on that. Go ahead with the story.
Not
So
touching.
what
Can't
happened?
disagree each other.
You know, but she got that for her 50th birthday now. That was her 50th. I think now, niggas don't read, so I don't know if I read the whole story correctly. But I think that was the thing, man. Is that a great birthday present? Is that what you want for your 50th birthday, Cherie? You a woman?
Listen, I think that at 50, she has earned whatever she wants at 50. And if at 50 she says, I haven't had this experience and I'd like to have it, why not? The way people leaving this earth, just go get it. You know, if that's what you want to have a threesome that includes two men, then go for it.
That's not a threesome. Correction. It's not.
She just tried in her little explanation of what happened. She tried to make it sound all classy when you really know what went down.
Yes.
One was in the front, one was in the back, pretty much.
You know what went down. It wasn't classy. It wasn't respectful. It was a train.
It was a train. It could have been respectful. They could have been some nice guys, but I doubt it.
I just call it gang bang.
When you get that chance, and it ain't your lady, you doing everything you ever thought of, and it ain't gonna be nice and gentle.
Everything you seen on the videos, right?
On the pornos, you know.
But she could also be dating both of those men. Like she can be in a non-exclusive situation and freely dating, and then decided, I enjoy the two of you, and I want to enjoy the two of you together for my birthday. So it doesn't have to be, I mean, if she's not hurting anyone and they're consenting and everyone's of age and it's consensual, what's wrong with it?
Well, I mean, my thing is, I don't think anything is wrong with it if that's what she wanted to do. It's just the terminology. She just used the wrong terminology. It's not a threesome. It is a train. It's a train.
It's just a bang bus. They call it a bang bus. So
a bang bus?
A bang bus.
You tried to make it seem like they just took turns, like, all right, it's your turn. All right, it's your turn. All right, it's your turn.
But
in the same room.
Then doesn't that become an orgy? Like then that becomes like a gangbang. So the gangbang, isn't that like four more?
Exactly. No, I'd say it don't take but two.
For a gangbang?
Two people is a gang.
That's a gang.
The gang's got to start somewhere. You know? they don't come out with 50 crew members all at once. You got to start with two.
You got to start the gang some way, man.
Okay, I think that I think women and men see again with the terminology, because to me a threesome is a threesome. It's three people. Y'all don't like it because you're saying a threesome should only be. It's very narrow-minded. I'm super surprised that you all
say we didn't like it.
That rigid.
In terms of you putting words in our mouth. Ain't nobody say we didn't like it. We just said the terminology was wrong. That's all.
But why can't the terminology apply?
Okay, it would be a threesome if the dudes was gay. If the dudes was gay and touching each other, then it'll be a threesome.
Three dudes. If it's three dudes.
No, if it was two dudes and a woman and they was touching each other.
And they was all doing it to each other.
They was all doing it to each other. Then it'll be a threesome. But the two dudes wasn't touching, it was a train. It was a train.
You don't understand?
I mean, you got degrees and advanced degrees, Cherie. This seems like it should be easy for you to understand.
I think that it is still a threesome, in my opinion. So I'm outnumbered here. Y'all have your own.
Technically, it's a threesome. It's three people. Okay, we got you. I get you. Technically,
you've been wrong before. So you know. You'll be all right. But once again, at 50 years old, if she want to explore her sexuality, I see nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with she did it at 20 years old, 30, at 40. I don't see if that's her get that. If that's what she like, that's what she want to do. Shit, have fun.
Yeah.
And she's 59 now. So this 9 years later, this all come out.
Yeah.
Hey, at 59.
Oh, 50. She's 59 now.
And she looks great for 59. She looks great.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It does. No, you good. You good. At 50 though, dog. Come on, man.
Nah, at 50.
Come on.
Are you gonna start at 50, LeBron?
No, but I mean, I'm definitely not.
See? So you can't be mad at her. You can't.
I'm talking about just finally exploring that side at 50.
You believe that?
I don't believe that's her first time, to be honest with you.
No, I don't. That's my point. At 50, you just decide all of a sudden, I think I want to be gangbanged by 2 men.
Because it ain't like
to Cheddar's point, whether they're dating or not, you just all of a sudden at 50, oh, I think that'll be a great 50th birthday. No, you've been doing that before, and now you just think it's cool because you're 50 and you're 60, and you just wanted to come out and put it on the table. But no, you've been doing that.
Sometimes, women can be viewed as promiscuous and fast and all that. And so sometimes it takes you, depending on how you're raised, and then whatever influences are around you at the time, like she's a, actress. So she was really focused on that and just trying to get roles and things of that nature. It might have taken her a while to get to the place of, okay, you know what? I'm finally at a point where I'm comfortable with me. I don't care what anyone else is going to think. I see your face. I don't care what anybody else is going to think. And I want to do this. I haven't been able to do this because women are held to different standards.
Man, the way she let Melvin carry her around like that, man, she been doing this. She ain't new to this. She true to this. Stop that. Stop trying to keep it all feminine, man. She been doing this. She been doing it. Look how Melvin did it. And then she just come out all of a sudden, oh yeah, at 50, I think I want to try this. You believe that? Honestly,
you wouldn't want to try something new. Like if there was something, you wouldn't want to try something new, like something you've never tried before, whether it's a swingers club or a little bit of bondage, or there are lots of things to explore even at 50 that you might not have entertained, but you might be a little more open to it.
But what's the change? What changes you at 50? What light bulb goes off in your head and say, hey, I think I want to be a swinger after 50 years?
Curiosity.
Now I can't say this, LeBron. What changes? You say what changes? What if a chick got married young and was with a dude for a long time? You know what I'm saying? She was with her husband for 30 years. And she wasn't in a fulfilled relationship for them 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Hubby wasn't hitting the spot right. And she got a girlfriend who done been talking about living a wild life or whatever. Now, she in her mind like, yo, I'm free. I'm out here now. I'm going to do my thing.
Yeah, I get that. Now, and that's extenuating circumstances. Now, if you've been, like you said, married from a young age and you hadn't had a chance to explore that wild side, I get it. There's some things that you want to try before you go. Cool. If that's her situation. But I doubt it. I'm just doubting for myself that's her situation. Sly, you I don't know. We ain't just deciding at 50 we want to try that. It's something that you know what I'm saying? We've either tried it before and now we want to really make it more of an experience because we're older. You know what I'm saying? A better experience.
I think we coming from a different viewpoint though, Brian, because we done been out there. You know what I'm saying? Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Long time ago.
A lot of that freaky stuff we did in our past, in our younger days. Way back. But then you get a chick who ain't do something, who ain't wild out the way, what her girlfriends might have wild out. Now I'm kind of with you with with AJ, you know, I don't know this woman, you know, and I'm speaking on something that I don't know her. I don't know her personally, so I can't speak on it. But you would think, man, you know, she in Hollywood, big time actress, you know what I'm saying? She done had her choice of men and wild and freaky shit she could have got in her life. So for me to find at 50, this is the first time this opportunity presented itself. I find that a little hard to believe.
Well, maybe
why you gotta wait till your birthday?
With two willing participants, because sometimes, you know, as y'all have pointed out, a threesome is two women, and maybe she didn't want to participate in a threesome with another woman. So that could have been presented to her, but maybe not. And who knows? She could have done it. I don't know. But
a woman not fine walk up to any two dudes and say, "Hey, I want both of y'all." They'll be like, "All right, yeah, okay." You know what I'm saying? Especially if she say you ain't got to do no funny bit, no touching each other, no shit like that. Come on.
You said especially?
Yeah.
So you saying that if she said it the other way around, you still do it too?
Shut the fuck up,
That would sound like, man.
Hey, Sly, it's always that one.
Clarify yourself, brother.
It's always that one, man. You see how one person want to be a comedian.
But you know, when nowadays you in that pause and no homo era, you got to say these things for these people. Pause.
I'm sorry, pause.
I'm saying clarify yourself, man.
Oh, it's my bad. I'm sorry.
But it would be hard for AJ Johnson just to say, I want you and Sly chance to do whatever, and y'all say no. I mean, not you, Chance, but I mean long time.
Long time ago.
Like high school, you know, before you went to Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's tough, man. So I mean, I don't know. I'm with Sly. I just don't think it's her first time.
Yeah. So
I could be wrong, Cheddar. Let me put that disclaimer out.
It may not be
wrong. And I may not be.
And she could just be in a space where she feels comfortable talking about it. Because like I said, there is, you know, women, particularly Black women, are always held to these like standards. And it's like, oh, you're supposed to be, you know, this pure, like, I want you to have experience. I don't want you to have too much experience. It's like, well, what is it? What's the magical number? No one wants to know your body count. You know, it's a whole thing. And if you have a little too much, or you know a little too much, men look at you like, where's she been?
Well, I just put the whole situation like this. You know, any kind of publicity is good publicity when you're a Hollywood actress or some actor. So getting that out there, now her name is in people's mouth. We talking about her right now. She got a little bit more famous just now. She gonna get a role. She gonna get a role for that.
Pause. Ain't nothing in my mouth. Pause.
Well, she has a show called, but she does have a show. I think it's called like Life Therapy. I think it's on TV One. So she has a show where she is basically like a life coach.
It's gonna get a little more ratings now.
Now I agree with Chance. Anytime you can get out there and you start trending and getting people to talking, it can't be nothing bad, because guess what? It's a good chance they're gonna do now. Oh, let me see what she's talking about on her show. And now you're getting those views and those ratings. So yeah, I agree with that. That's a good marketing tool.
All right. Well, we're gonna put a pin in that one right quick. We're gonna take us a quick commercial break. It's the RIP 28 podcast. We'll see you back in about 2 minutes, 2 and 2 on the RIP 28 podcast.
Pause.
Welcome back to the RIP 28 podcast. This is the RIP 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. I am your host, Slider Sports Guy, and this is what we're going to talk about now. I am trying to get our producer over here, to get our producer to set everything up. It has been a burning question going around the internet. And this is one that we're going to have to talk about on the RIP 28 podcast. Boom, 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 boom. Let's find my man over here. Boom. Come on, producer, get on it.
Yeah, but so we pay too much to be slow.
Too much money for you to be fucking around like this, man. All right, here we go. Here's the question. It popped up. My dying wife asked me if I'd be okay if she had sex with her ex one last time.
Lord.
I can't have this tied to my main, but I really need to say something about it, and I have no one I can tell. My wife has a terminal disease. She's projected to live at most 9 months. I am, of course, destroyed. We've been together for a decade. I don't remember life without her, and I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I've been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and grant whatever wish I can. The doctor said that she was likely to need a wheelchair in 4 or 5 months. Then by month 8, she'll be bedridden for the last few weeks. That's if she doesn't decline faster. Recently, she sat me down and told me that one of the last things she wanted to do was have sex with a previous partner of hers. I, of course, was shocked. And when I asked her why the fuck she wants that, so basically, she thinks that her most physically compatible, satisfying lover was him. She gave a whole monologue about how sex sometimes is just physical and how emotionally fulfilling sex is with me, but it was bullshit to get to that point. So now I'm left with this: deny my dying wife a wish for my own ego, or let her go fuck another man who she feels was better. Honestly, I am so pissed off and betrayed that she asked this of me. I feel like I'm put in a position where I have to say yes because she's dying. I don't know what to say, but I don't know that if it's right. I'm so hurt that sex with the ex was apparently so good that she needs to do it once before she dies. I just hate everything about this. What do you guys say? What do you say about this topic?
First thing, you finna die. You finna die and you thinking about having sex with your ex. that's number one. Like, come on now. Number two, if I was a dude, she's having a real lonely 9 months of life left. I'm like, it's OV for you. That's crazy, man. Like, how could you might want that, but you ain't gonna ask that. Come on now.
I guess she's saying what she got to lose at the end of the day. I mean, I'm gonna let Cheddar go before I say what I'm gonna say.
Listen, so I don't know that I would have done that. I think, you know, on some level, if it means that much, you just go on and do it, sis. You don't have to tell them. Just go and do it if it means that much. But I guess for her, she didn't want that on her conscience. You know, I think that her saying to her husband, particularly if she's been faithful and they've both been faithful, and now it is like, here I am dying.
That comes into question now.
Right.
Huh?
That comes into question now.
Oh, whether or not she's been faithful.
Right.
Yeah. Well, maybe she needed to, you know, get that off her chest so she could move about it freely.
Oh, she needed to get something off. She needed to get something off her chest. It ain't necessarily. Hey, go ahead, Chad. I'm sorry. Don't let me.
Hey, what kind of terminal disease you got that you about to die, but you still like, all right, I'm gonna give me this one last time?
Now listen, I was gonna say, now it would be wrong if I'd have been like, you know, she asked me that. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, do your thing, because once you go and pass on, I'm gonna get all this insurance money and fly the next chick out anyway. I'll be wrong if I said that, right? You come and ask me that, and I'd be like, okay, so when in these 9 months after you go and I get this insurance money, and I'm flying this exotic chicken or this chicken, you gonna be fine with that on your deathbed?
I mean, I wouldn't have a choice, but if
What
I'm
you
getting
gonna
my,
But
do
I'm just
about
saying,
it?
I would ask her that. I mean, I would ask her that. Like,
oh yeah,
that's just something that you can't ask a man. You can't ask a man that. I mean, now you're gonna be thinking like, damn, has she been doing this the whole time? When did she start? Has she acted upon it? Has it been that guy at work? Now a lot of things, and now my conscience and my heart ain't right. So now I might have to go out here, and if I hadn't been unfaithful, I might have to test the waters early.
Now think about this. Now, who the dude that she wanted to have sex with? How could you even do that? Like, you're like, oh, this girl about to die. Let me go and knock it off one more time.
but wouldn't that be the ultimate? Wouldn't that be the ultimate ego boost? Like, I'm the best she ever had, and she wants to come back to me, and I'm gonna give her everything she ever wanted. So when she goes out on a good note.
But she got cancer. It ain't like she's in perfect health. She's about to die. I don't know if I don't
she's
know.
gonna be laying. She's gonna be laying up.
I guess
Well, it sounds like she's trying to get it
in
before. Yeah, it sounds like she's trying to get it in before things start. Before she really starts deteriorating.
But if she only has 9 months at most, it's already deteriorating.
Yeah, she bad. She in bad shape.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, to each his own. But if I was the other dude, I'd just have to be like, nah, I appreciate it. You know, it strokes my ego a little bit, but I'm gonna have to pass.
See, that's funny that, you know, a wife can ask that question and it might get done. You know what I'm saying? If it was a husband, like, hey, let me get back my ex. The ex ain't gonna go for that. The ex-woman, she gonna be like, nah, you stay where you at, bro. But you know, the dudes, you got a dude that be like, all right, let me go and jump in there.
I'm gonna say something that might shock all of y'all. The wife was right. I don't see no problem. And this the thing. Now this is only if she about to die. If at 5 months that bitch ain't in a wheelchair, I'm gonna put her in a wheelchair. you know what I'm saying?
You can't say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her ass in a wheelchair. Cause my thing is, it is just sex. It's just pussy. Here's a hard tool that men have to swallow that we not ready to swallow. We might not be our woman's best lover ever.
And you speak for yourself. You speak for your damn self. You speak for your damn self. Look, wherever I done been, I'm the best. I'm gonna keep that in my head and in my heart. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. Go ahead.
I have put it down on many occasions. I know the neighbors know my name, whatever place I go to.
Only because you take their trash.
They might be somebody out there who might have put it down on one woman better than I put it down on. You know what I'm saying? They might be there might be some dude out there who beat me one time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody lose. So eventually somebody got to lose. But my thing is though, if she's dying, she about to kick the bucket, that's a decision she gotta look to. That's a choice she gotta look to between her and her God. You know what I'm saying? That's something she gotta worry about with her and her God. My vow said to death do me part. So I'm gonna honor my part. I'm gonna honor my side. But if she wants to do that before she dies, it's just pussy.
You say that until it's right in your face, dog, and it slap your ego, dog, like for real.
I think I can handle it. I think, you know, because here go the thing.
Who? You?
Here go the thing.
I know, right, Sherry?
She gonna be dead. She gonna be dead anyway. She gonna be dead in less than a year. And see, let me tell you, here go the embarrassment when it comes to cheating. When it comes to cheating, for male or female, people get away with cheating. A partner will knowingly let a person cheat if other people don't know about it. It's the embarrassment what adds on to the cheating. So if she went out and she did that privately and ain't nobody know about it, then my ego wouldn't be as affected. You see what I'm saying? My ego wouldn't be as hurt. So I could separate the sex. You know what I'm saying? I could separate it. Would I like it? Would I encourage it? When we left that doctor that day, I wouldn't be in the car saying, "Hey, baby, is there somebody you want to get it in one time before you go?" I wouldn't be in that car saying, "Hey, you know, is this something?" I was LeBron putting stuff in the chat. Our private chat, boy, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, but to me, it's just pussy. You know what I'm saying? In her case, it's just dick. She wanted, especially the way this man sounds like he's in love. The way this man sounds like he's in love. He truly loves her. He truly loves her. So maybe, you know.
But wouldn't that be like probably part of it too? Like it's definitely his ego. Like he loves her. But I think the thought that, you know, she could be running down, like, I know I'm dying. I'm gonna run down this list of everything that I want to do. And he's probably like, yo, my own bucket list. I have a year or I have 9 months. Let me dial this back. I've got 4 or 5 months. When am I gonna knock out? So she's talking about it with him, right? If he's like, I'm here, what you want? You know, you gonna do all this and all that. And it probably got to, I'm assuming, right? Maybe it was like, okay, there is one thing. And then she says, how would you feel? Because she could have just said to him, how would you feel if I wanted to do that? She may not want to do it. She may just be I mean, she probably wants to do it.
Come on now.
But she could have just said, I just want to know how you would feel about that. If I sit here and I tell you, hey, I'm gonna go run that back. Maybe she wants to have a threesome or get a train ran on. I don't know.
Hey, so
but somebody with cancer.
So if you're the husband, you hitting it after that, after the dude hit it?
Well, my thing is my ego said, hell yeah, I'm gonna hit it. You know what I'm saying? Because bitch, you ain't gonna be the last one. Damn it. I got to prove a point.
And it may not even matter because he said that she made a point of saying it's what she's talking about is intimacy factor of sex, right? So there's just sex, and then there's intimacy, and she probably has true intimacy with her husband, and which is why she's saying it's not just a physical thing. But then you can also just have nasty, defiled, disgusting sex with somebody and it means absolutely nothing to you. And you know, like, I have no feelings for this person. They're trash. They're not going to treat me well. And she can still go back to her husband and have the intimacy that she wants.
But like Sly said, how about those vows? I'm not discounting the vows. I'm just asking because that would be tough. Right. I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not that mature. It might get physical with her. like I said, she might be in that wheelchair before that 4th or 5th month. Cause that's just something I can't. Me, LeBron, I just can't. I can't. I can't do it. I can't walk around and see that dude and be like, man, that's the dude that tapped it off before she died, dog. He put on in her grave. He put on in her grave.
I do go like, I killed that pussy.
Literally, he beat that pussy to death.
Oh God.
But for real though, man. So Sly and LeBron, y'all can sit here and honestly tell me, like Sheree was saying, they can do this nasty, all this blah blah blah. Then you just gonna go back and be like, yeah, let me go and knock it off afterwards. You got something to prove. Come on, man.
Wash.
No,
she go wash. She go brush her teeth.
Come on, bro.
No, I'm saying I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. After she did that, he gonna have to go ahead and bury it.
In my opinion, though, if she terminally ill, how much longer she got that she can actually do this? She finna be wheelchair ridden and all this stuff.
Dog, I don't care. She gonna be in that mud early messing with the great one. Boy, I'm not playing that. I done took care of you through all this, and I'm assuming he's a great husband and doing what he needs to do. And then your last thing before you die, not let's take a trip and make one last memory for you and the kids or my family. You trying to go back to an ex? Boy, no, hell no. Hell no. That's a slap in my face. That's disrespect. And I shall not tolerate that.
So would you have rather her just, do you think she should just do it and shouldn't have even raised the question with him at all and just did it?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. In an ideal situation, I'm from the thought process. I don't want to know. You know, if my old lady cheated on me, period. Yeah, if she cheated on me, period. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to know, period. But no, I would much rather her not want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, yeah, I would encourage her, but I would much rather her not want to do it. But if she wanted to, if that was what she wanted to get off before she died, I don't understand. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't be like, yeah, hey, let me hold your leg. You know what I'm saying? No. I ain't going that far.
Somebody got to hold it because she's going to be in the wheelchair.
Right. So what you doing? I don't know, man. Look, I'm going to tell you this. Someone hit me up that's on live and said that their uncle, his wife was in that same situation. And she told him to go ahead and find somebody that can satisfy him because she couldn't.
That's kind of opposite situation, right?
No. But I'm just saying it's the same. What do you mean?
Who was the one dying?
Because the wife is giving.
She was.
Yeah, the wife giving the uncle permission to go out because she knows she can't take care. The wife knows she can't take care of his her wifely duties. Like
I'm talking about the vow part, the vows.
Oh, well, like I say, that's something you got to deal with you and your God. You know what I'm saying? That's what I first started off with. That's what that wife has to deal with her and her God. She got to figure out, can I do this and ask for forgiveness?
Man, y'all went to God together. Y'all was supposed to be in holy matrimony.
That's what I'm
saying. We're also assuming that this couple is in a traditional Christian-based marriage or faith-based marriage. What if they
that's true
are
too.
not?
That's true too. That's true too, Shelby. That's a good point. They may not believe like we believe that vows tie you together. They may not believe that. They could say the hell with it. It's all about self gratification.
It could be some heathens, some backsliding heathens.
Backslidden heathens.
It could be, like they could just be on that, like, we love each other, that's enough. And, we're going to do this until we decide we don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I guess until one of us dies. Now I'm dying. But, I'm just saying that you have more of that now where people are like, it's not really, they're not really taking their vows into account if they even had a traditional, quote unquote, traditional marriage.
Yeah, everything's so different now. Things that were traditional back then is out the window now. So, I don't know.
Well, it's definitely considered conservative. You're right about that. They look at that as like being like conservative.
But it's just what I believe, that this woman has had these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? She done been thinking about this dude long stroking her for 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? She done had that thought in her mind. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say that like you don't ever, like, if you're in a relationship, like every now and again there's not some other thing that pops up?
Hold on, Shelby. It's just a point of Sly talking about long stroke. Boy, you stupid, man. Just say he knocking it off, man. You stupid, boy.
Knocking off that biscuit. But that's a good point. That's a good point, Cherie, because I'm a firm believer in nobody. Now, Chance, hide off the screen for a second, Chance. Nobody marries the best they ever had. All right. Well, no dude, I can't speak for women because I ain't no woman, but no dude I know has married the best piece of ass he done ever had his whole life. That's not his wife.
How is you saying that? Have you had that conversation with that many married people?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I ain't gonna tell the answers I done heard.
I can see that, you know, at some point, like
hold on. We got somebody pop in. We got somebody pop in, and he gonna join in right here. And here he is. He gonna join in at the right time because he's a married dude. He's a married dude.
Oh, y'all gonna be in trouble. Y'all need to get up.
I already know he ain't gonna answer the question.
I'm saying
what I done stepped into. Stop my video.
First thing we was talking about this letter right here about the wife.
Hold on. Joe,
Hey, what's going on?
You can read the letter as we go on. But the last thing we talked about, we kind of veered off topic, was no man actually has married the best. His wife isn't the best piece of ass he's ever had in his life.
Enjoy the Raw show. Okay.
You walked into the wrong place.
Yeah,
but the same applies for women.
I don't agree with that, Sly. I don't agree with that. I mean, I'm sure there have been some situations like that for sure.
Oh, he's a virgin?
But not all of them.
9 times out of 10, you think about it. There's one chick out there, and I'm talking to LeBron. I'm talking to LeBron single. I ain't talking to, because I know y'all two. I don't want y'all two brothers sleeping on the couch.
But look, I think when you truly in love with somebody, it makes things totally different anyway. So
Agreed.
I don't get where you're coming from, but yeah, you talk LeBron on that one.
That's the
hey, wait a minute. I'm tired of y'all just throwing LeBron under the bus. You ain't just gonna keep throwing me under the bus to answer it for you and Chan. But go ahead, I'll answer it.
Well, I'm just saying that one girl, that one, that nasty, freaking, liberated, woo, the one who your toes still curling. You ain't married her. That's being honest. You ain't married her. Your wife can be the greatest woman in the world. She can make you smile all the time. But
I think we be a chance in a different. Obviously, Chance been married a long time, and I've been married a long time. So I think it's different. Like I don't the connection different. So I don't want to put words in Chance mouth, but
you forget about all them past people.
You done forgot about your past. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want nobody get in trouble.
Leave it at that. Nope. Cut it.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, I can tell you, I can speak for a percentage. I'm not gonna say specifically, but the same goes for women. Women don't necessarily marry their best because sometimes their bests are toxic. Just like you were talking about, they're all reckless, reckless nonsense. You can't marry that. That's not consistent. You can't have true intimacy with that.
I ain't gonna lie. I did my best fucking when I was broke. When I was broke and unemployed, I was good.
Hey, you was trying to get some for a place to stay.
I didn't stay something to eat. I slang my best ding-a-ling when I was broke. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you were homosexual.
Hey, look.
Close.
He was a what?
Homosexual.
Hobo. I had to make sure bo, not mo. I got you. I will say this to Jawan and Chance's point as being a divorced man. I will say when you have a certain connection with your significant other, it does make up for I guess if you don't quote unquote marry your best sexual partner, because the connection makes that much of a difference. And I'm not speaking for Jawan and Chance. I'm just saying for me, it made up for that nasty, freaky, whatever Sly was talking about, because we had that connection, we shared that experience. I don't know if that's what you were saying, Jawan, but that's the way I felt when I was married.
Well, I mean, when you've been together with somebody so long, you know what I'm saying? Y'all done tried a little bit of everything now. So I mean, you have those experiences and all that stuff that you didn't have with other people. So I mean, to me, I'm gonna say my wife is the best.
You better. You better. I know your wife. That's the best thing for you, sir.
I mean, I ain't gonna come on here and lie. I'm just telling the truth.
I'm messing with you, but I still know your wife. That's the best thing for you to say.
Cause she'll cut you. She from Memphis.
She from Memphis, boy. She from that Memphis 10, boy.
She cut you.
Don't play. But the connection does. I mean, when you've been with somebody so long, you do get to you do get to. They kind of teach your significant other what you like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you get to kind of like build it, and it may not come off as natural as that nasty freak that Sly is referencing to, but you do get to teach them. So, it could work.
Sly live on the south side, so he be finding them on the street. So
all right, I stepped in on the middle of this conversation. I didn't get to read the letter. So how do we even get off on this?
Ask y'all wife if y'all was the best she ever had.
Don't set yourself up for disappointment, guys.
Come on now.
Basically, man, what this comes down to, a dude found out his wife has terminal cancer, about to die in 9 months, and then his wife went and told him, she said, it's this dude that I've been with before you, and she want to get with him one last time. So the question is, though, basically, would you give your wife the one last time?
Like, why is she even thinking about this when
that's what I'm saying
for her life?
Right. On your deathbed, you think about getting that thing one more time.
Where this come from?
Tell you how awesome it was.
Oh,
just consider that like her bucket list, right? So she's saying to him, basically, like what y'all are talking about. She and her husband have amazing connection, intimacy, all of that. She is talking about just some real, probably good and nasty sex. Okay, that's it. Purely physical. So from an emotional standpoint,
why she don't tell him to do the stuff that the other dude did?
It doesn't work that way. I can assure you, it does not work that way.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's real. That's just honest, man.
Yeah, it don't work that way.
Hold on.
That's just honest, man. It don't.
Chance, you answered this question yet? Did you answer this question yet? Like,
oh yeah.
All right.
But how you know, Cherie? How you know it don't work like that?
First of all, listen. As of right now, I am technically single. I am not married. I will say that I am not married. So. And I'm a woman.
Technically, what does technically mean?
Because I'm not engaged. I'm dating, but I'm not engaged. So like,
are you dating one or two people?
I am dating one person right now.
Okay, there you go.
So technically, you're not single. You in a relationship. I don't know how y'all folks categorize.
You don't know either. So like, once you get over 40, you don't even know what to call it. Like as long as it's not a situationship.
We go out and get a piece of strange and you won't get mad.
Hey, what they call it? It's complicated.
No, it's not complicated. It's not complicated at all.
Can he go out and get a piece of strange and you won't get mad?
Absolutely not. And neither can I. First and foremost, I can't. So I mean, that's the main thing. It doesn't matter what he can and cannot do. It's what I can't do. I can't do that right now. No.
Hey, I seen on them little FBI shows when somebody look to the left after they say something. I mean, they lying. She straight look to the left. Absolutely not. Absolutely. To the left.
All I'm saying is it doesn't work. Like you can't necessarily see. I got my glasses fogging up. You can't tell. You can't tell. Shut up. You cannot.
She looked to the left, Chance. She looked to the left.
You can't
look to the left.
You can't teach everything.
She lying. She lying. She looked to the left. She lying.
Well,
sorry you outnumbered today, Cherie.
Fine.
Well, but Jawan, you ain't answering. What would you,
I'm not co-signing that. if she fight for her life, that's what we're doing right there. Yeah, but I'm not co-signing that foolishness because I don't want that to be my last memory of, my significant other.
That's what
That's
I'm
just
talking
me
about.
personally. So
Well,
he act like he was conflicted about it. I like that's a real easy answer to me.
I don't. But see, once again, I don't think it's an easy answer. I think it's just sex. I think it's just sex. If she wanna get one out before she goes, you just gotta. If you
married somebody and they ain't saying they want to do it to you one more time. They said they want to do it to somebody else. You cool with that?
That's what she's saying. I think that she's saying, like, I would also like to do this, and I'm happy with my life here. But if you asking me what's on my bucket list in the next few months before I can't do anything for myself, and it's just I'm heading.
But ain't nobody asked her that though. She volunteered that information.
Okay.
Hey, in most instances,
he didn't go to her and say, "Hey, baby, do you think that your ex JJ over here, you think he'll want to knock the bottom out of you one more time?"
No. We're saying
no.
So in what we're assuming, or at least I'm assuming, is that she had a bucket list, and they were talking about her bucket list. And I think that because he really loves her, the fact that he wrote this letter in tells me that he really does love her and wants his wife to be happy and wants her to have a good experience on her way out.
That's a good point, Cherie. The fact that he wrote the letter in from his personal email account or whatever, and not from the county jail email account, let you know that he loves her.
Hey, because most people, she had 9 months to live, she would have had 1 month.
Hey man, that's just tough, dog. I done committed my whole life to you, and also taking care of you through this sickness, whatever it could be. And the only thing, I'm like Jawan, on the top of whether you talking about the bucket list or not, like Cheddar, and the first thing you say is, I want to have sex with my ex one more time before you lay me to rest. I don't care if it's intimacy or just nasty sex, like y'all saying. I find it disrespectful.
Then you gotta have the other person to comply also. Like that's crazy. She must know he gonna say yes. They may have some communications beforehand.
That's what I'm about to say too.
If she got that on her mind, she done had it since that last time.
Yeah.
This could be her way of confessing. Maybe it's a
that's
deathbed
what
confession.
I'm thinking, Cheddar. This is my confession. She had that Usher on her mind. I'm telling you, dog, ain't no way you just come out after that many number of years or whatever it is and just say, I want to have sex with my ex one more time. It's just not, to me, it's not feasible. I just feel like it's something that you have done. It may not be a reoccurring thing, but you've done it once or twice since, you and I have been together. So
yeah, she after y'all did it, she was like, yeah, that was all right in her mind, but she was like, but JJ be putting them things on that.
Yeah, I had the Whopper Junior. And now let me go over here to JJ and get the whole Whopper. That was you.
Oh well, check this, man. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, man, we got another question we got to put out there. We got another question. This is the RIP 28 podcast. We'll see you back in about 2 and 2.
Hey, I'm Jay Little, the owner of Forward Counseling and Consulting. We're a consulting and coaching firm who believes in the TLC method: truth, love, and community. Whether coaching corporate clients, individual clients, or engaging in individual counseling and group counseling, we believe that you can be more than what you are today by finding your truth, love, and community. You can reach us at www.forwardcc.net or give us a call at 803-457-5413.
Welcome back to the RIP 28 podcast. This is the RIP 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like. But we're going to keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. Now, we're talking about this thing with married couples. You know, at first we're talking about death in the married couple. Now we want to talk about life in a married couple, man. Kiara Shear. Is she Kiki Shear, right? Am I wrong or am I right, Sheree?
No, she go by Kiki.
She go by Kiki? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm trying to pull this thing up, man. She had the headline. The headline, let's go to shared screen, get my producer to get up. Hey, man, pull it up. Pull this up for me, producer. You got to be on top of this stuff, man. My producer, he rough, man.
Yeah, he's slacking today.
He's slacking, man. We're giving him too much money. All right, here we go. She says, I'm not sending my friend to a hotel.
No, that ain't what she said.
But Kiki Sheard wasn't wrong about the need to set boundaries when married. Basically, this is a long article, man. I ain't got to read the whole article. But basically what it came down to was Kiki Sheard was talking about setting boundaries. And one of the boundaries was if she had a friend come over to spend the night at her and her husband's house, she would put the friend in a hotel. What y'all think about that? Would you put the friend in a hotel? Jawan, you just had company over. They came over for dinner. But what if your company had to spend the night, man? Would you tell your homeboy he got to stay in a hotel?
That's not Southern hospitality. I wouldn't do that. I feel like if you're a homeboy, you trust your homeboy. You should trust who you with, and so it shouldn't be an issue. But if you don't trust them, then yeah, I don't blame you. But you know, that's to each his own.
See, my thing is, I think anybody you trust well enough to, if they think they can spend the night at your house, you know what I'm saying? I would let them, you know. I would let them because if you my friend, you know what I'm saying, I shouldn't be worried about you fucking my wife. I shouldn't be, you know, but most importantly, my wife, I shouldn't be worried about my wife falling for temptation. You know what I'm saying? If she my wife, we should have a level of trust, man. I think if somebody goes that far out, I think that's a sign of lack of trust or mistrust on somebody's side, whether it's not you don't trust, whether or not you don't trust the comments. The comment section is hilarious. The comment section is hilarious. But anyway, but like I was saying, it's not whether or not you trust your friend or maybe you don't trust your wife. One of the two, it's a lack of trust somewhere.
How would they even have an opportunity to do that? Like, if they spend the night and then you just go off somewhere? I mean, you still at the house too? I mean, come on now, that's crazy.
Either way, if they do, that's bold. That you want to get a cap put in you. I'm just saying, they're just bold.
You live life on the edge. But
is this friend single or is he with his wife or fiance, significant other?
It was the other way around. She was saying her girlfriend can come stay over.
I mean, but I ain't gonna have a girl come over and stay with me and my wife. So I have to look at it from one of y'all coming over. So
it's a single dude, because she was saying single friends too. In the article, she was talking about single friends.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've had my homeboys come by when I was married and they stayed at the house. If I feel like you welcome in my home, I don't see why you couldn't stay the night. Like Sly said, it's on my wife. It's on her to have, you know, a little more respect for me than that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's two facts. Like, okay, so I'm married or I'm dating somebody and we're living together. And if I invite my homeboy over, I trust my homeboy. Yeah, he'll stay at the house. Now, if I got a good female friend that's coming to visit, I wouldn't put her in my house just out of respect for my wife. I would put her up in a hotel. Right? So, in that facet, yeah, I could see doing that. in that.
You put her up. You pay for a hotel for
well,
her?
not pay for it. I'll make sure
She's like, you can't stay here.
she's set up to stay in a hotel. Put it that way.
I was about to say that's a whole nother problem then too.
But wouldn't that make your wife question you a little bit more? Like, why you don't want your friend over here? Why you putting up an hotel?
Well, no, just because I know how. If she doesn't know her like that, and both females not going to be comfortable.
All right, let's
He about to say, I know how females is. He had to reel that back.
Let's put this on the spot. A person who's been on our show before, and a good friend of me and Jawan, Tia. Tia been on our show, and we done known. I done known Tia since I was 4 years old. But Jawan, she good friend of Jawan. What if Tia needed a place? She came to Charleston, needed a place to stay. But Tia rich though. Tia be saying in the 4 seasons anyway. But what if she needed a place to stay? Would you let Tia stay at your house?
Nah, because I don't. That's having somebody that, that wouldn't work. Nah, she would stay in a hotel. I'll make sure she has somewhere.
But y'all ain't never had nothing going on.
Yeah, I know that.
Y'all ain't never been in no relationship. Tia is the homie.
Yeah, I know that, but out of respect for the significant other, you wouldn't do that.
I think I would ask. I wouldn't
even ask. I would just out of respect, not having another.
It would be different
female.
I think it would be different if the wife and the friend and the childhood friend were cool. And
if they knew each other like that,
yeah.
So, but if they don't know each other, that's a stranger staying in your house, and that's. That wouldn't go for me.
What if your wife girlfriend came into town? Would she have to go and stay at a hotel?
No, I would be fine for that. That's fine for me. That's my wife's friend. I ain't got no association there. So if you need to stay at the house, that's fine. I just think because my wife doesn't know a good female friend like that. And
but what if you don't know her friend?
No, well,
that doesn't matter unless he's a guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if it was a male friend?
Yeah, I would say, nah, he's not staying at my crib. He's staying out in the hotel.
But what now? That could be. Well, I guess I won't say that. Go ahead.
I think it also depends. Like what age we're talking about here. So like Kiki, she's like in her early 30s, right? Almost like mid 30s, that type of thing.
I don't know.
And so when you're in your like 20s and somebody's married, I think depending on the circumstances, it's just different. Like I can think of times where specifically me and my line sisters stayed with another line sister who at the time was engaged. But she and her fiance had a townhome. We went to DC and she was like, of course y'all was staying here. Like, what do you mean? So he had to deal with this like crew of women in his home. And it was like, it wasn't a big deal to us. Now, fast forward
to a great porno movie.
Okay. But fast forward, like if I'm going to DC now, unless I'm staying with another friend who, has the room for me to stay, more than likely I'm getting a hotel, because you also don't want to, at a certain point, it's like, yeah, I'll just stay at a hotel. I don't want to deal with any of that. I mean, even when I go to homecoming, when I go to the greatest homecoming on earth, North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, Aggie Pride, when I go to homecoming, I get hotels because I used to, try to let me stay with my friend or even my brother. I stopped staying with my brother. Like I just make my own way and I figure out where I need to be.
Ain't no way in hell. I'm gonna stay in I don't care if my sister married and had 30 kids. I ain't paying for no hotel. Hey, I refuse to. God damn it.
I'm like Cherie. Even if I was coming down to Atlanta or Charleston or wherever, I would rather just get my own hotel. Not is anything against anybody. I just feel like I can do me in somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be almost like cramping your style almost.
Yeah,
make an adjustment.
Yeah, you never know how, it's different if I got my homeboys coming in town, they staying, and what we'll be doing as opposed to now that I'm married, and we can't sit down and have the same conversations and cut the fool and stuff like that. So it's just different. So out of respect, I wouldn't even. Yeah, that's what I feel.
I think Cherie brought up a really good point. I think it's your age. I think age has a lot to do with it, because I think we're all in a position in life now where, you know what I'm saying, when we all, we're individuals. We used to being individuals, being on our own. So if I go out of town, you know what I'm saying, I would much rather have a hotel room on my own, because I want to live, I want to live the life on my own. But if it's a quick trip or something like that, like what was that, 5 years ago, I went to DC and my sister was out of town, and I ended up staying at Leroy House. I stayed in the basement at Leroy House. So I don't know, man. I think it's for me personally, I think if you're my friend, I should be able to trust you to stay at my house.
I mean, it's easy with you though, because nobody woman gonna want to try to holler at you. I mean, Leroy he slept good. He wasn't worried about nothing.
Let me stay at your sister's house. See what happens.
But I do think that there is, like, I think Sylvester, you said it earlier, or maybe it was LeBron, just talking about the level of trust, because I think, one, I'm curious as to whether or not her words got twisted, because of course, people are looking for, that clickbait to say that, oh, Kiki says she can't have any friends staying in her house. And maybe that's not exactly what she meant, or it could be. It could very well be that she's like, I can't have any single women in my home. And yeah, on some level, that makes me question, where's the trust, particularly in your marriage? But then is there some level of insecurity that you have? Did something happen in the past that you're publicly stating that I can't have any friends stay at my home? And it's not like at 30, in your mid 30s, you really aren't having people staying at your house like that. Like, you really, really aren't. I mean, unless you have some like vacation home, or she's like living in Cabo, on a beach, like, where is she living that, people need to come to her to visit and stay? So to me, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, unless she's had a situation with a friend or her husband where something like that happened.
Well, I kind of disagree a little bit. I done been in quite a few different states. So, I mean, if somebody comes from out of town to come visit you, you gonna make them pay for a hotel? I mean, come to the house and kick it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with it. I don't see the problem with it. But she definitely, for some reason, thinks that something gonna go down while she at the house. I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't think it's you're not having, that's my point about just you not having that many people come in on an ongoing basis that you can't accommodate a bedroom. And I'm assuming she's probably got a little McMansion, right? I don't know her, but I'm sure she's fine. They could be in the basement or be on the other side of the house in their own room with access to their own bathroom. Like, nobody's coming in your room, no one's coming in your bathroom. You don't have to see anybody walking around with no clothes on. Like, your husband doesn't have to be exposed to that if that's the issue. So, I mean, I agree. It can't, you're not having that high a volume that this is an issue, to me, I would think.
I don't stay in all y'all houses except LeBron.
And if you was to come, you would definitely not have to worry about that, because, man, I just feel like if she gonna do something, she ain't just gonna wait till somebody come in town to do it. It's something she's been doing. Mm-hmm. So come on in and stay, man. Lay your ball ass head down. I ain't got to worry about no hair chips falling on my pillow.
Oh man. Well, check this, man. We're gonna take another quick commercial break. It's a quick commercial break right here on the RIP 28 podcast. Welcome back to the RIP 28 podcast. This is a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. Right now, man, we do this thing called a 90s block, man. We're going to take a stroll. We're going to take a stroll down the 90s block. And right now in the 90s block, what we want to do, man, we pick out a couple of topics from the 90s and see how everybody feels about those topics. The first thing we're going to do, we are going to do movies. Movies in the 90s block. We'll start off. Love Jones or The Best Man? Love Jones or The Best Man?
That's good. That's a good one. Maybe I have to go with Love Jones, I think. You know, Loren Tate was on top of the acting game back then.
Okay. Shadow, what'd you say?
That's tough. That's really tough. But my first response is going to be The Best Man. That was a great ensemble cast. It was a great story. It was a nice little twist that no one at that time was expecting. And it was hands down one of the best moments in 90s movie cinema when what's his name? Morris Chestnut came across the screen and an entire movie theater like basically stopped breathing. So all you heard was women squealing. So I mean you can't really top that.
You know, that is the only time it is acceptable for a man to say another man looked good. Was that one scene when Morris, just when he first walked in the scene in the bar or whatever. That is the only time it's acceptable for another man to say that another man looked good was at that particular time. You know, that's anything else you get.
So that's really been on your mind. Oh, okay, but that ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my business.
It's like when they say, you know, like the only time a man can cry is, you know, that scene when Billy D. Williams said the scene at when dude died. What's the name of the movie? When Billy D. Williams played the running back, and he said, and the guy died, he gave the speech. It was a tearful speech.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. So.
I mean, y'all don't cry then. That's the only acceptable time for a man to cry. When they're watching that speech.
Well, I'm gonna go with The Best Man. I like Cheddar said, the plot, the setup, the cast, it was pretty good.
And now Juwan,
I'm a hate. I can't go with The Best Man.
Juwan, those were two black movies in the 90s. A lot of famous black actors in the 90s, Juwan.
I know where you're going at. Look, I can't go with The Best Man. Just because that's where the dark-skinned brothers thought they were coming back in style.
Man got jealous.
You know, so I'm gonna go with Love Jones.
Love Jones.
I'm changing my Best Man now.
All right. The next thing on the 90s block. We're gonna do shoes. We did shoes last time. We're gonna do shoes one more time. We're gonna say the Ken Griffey Nike shoe. I forgot the name of it. I ain't no shoe guy. Or Deion Sanders, his prime times.
Ken Griffey. Still around. Ken Griffey, yeah.
I'm gonna say Ken Griffey. It hurt me to say it, but I'm gonna say Ken Griffey.
I go Ken Griffey too.
I feel like I don't remember what the shoes look like. I feel like
I
remember
the Nike, the turf shoe with the strap across it with the 24 on one side and the 21 on the other. And it had like a little air bubble on the bottom. Cheddar looking it up.
Yeah, I'm going with Ken Griffey as well. Just looking at the shoes, yeah.
Griffey's to this day still has a release date. They come with a release date to this day, 20-something years later.
I did not know that, man. I just I'm trying to pull it up to share the screen. Deion's came up first. Here you go, right here. These Deion shoes right here.
Yeah.
These things worth $400. Are they crazy?
I should warn too, boy.
Somebody selling these for $400.
Just because you selling them for 400 don't mean they're worth 400.
Look,
Well, they worth whatever somebody spends.
it's a sucker every day.
Hey, they just setting the price up there so they can get 300 for it or something, but they ain't getting no 400.
Them shoes look like somebody been wearing them.
Look like Dion wore his damn self.
That's why they cost so much. Yeah, Dion wore these shoes.
Man, that's crazy, man. That shoe game, that's a little bit out there for me, man.
Yeah, man.
Pull up these Ken Griffey shoes right here. So I got slow computer. Well, I guess they ain't come up. But wait a minute.
There you go. There you go.
They go those Ken Griffey's right there.
Okay, yeah, the Griffey's. Oh yeah, I like the Griffey's better.
Yeah, and
well, I don't know, man. The Ken Griffey's they clean and them Dion's was just dirty.
I like the way the shoe set up better anyway.
Yeah, but you got the wrong
and they got a little air bubble too.
Yeah, you got to get that Seattle Mariner Ken Griffey shoe. That's the best one. The aqua color.
That's blue, ain't it?
It's the green, I mean. It's a teal like color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Ken Griffey, dog, because they still come with a release date in 2022.
I got you. All right. The last one. We're gonna go music. 90s block. Music. We're gonna go Missing You by Aaron Hall or In My Bed by Drew Hill. Which one?
Aaron Hall, Missing
You. Aaron Hall? Yeah. I'm gonna say Aaron Hall too.
He going for the bald head dudes.
Hey, we gotta stay together.
Hey, he already thinking about Morris Chestnut, so hey, watch out.
Yeah. Hey, I really like both of them songs, but I go with Drew Hill.
Yeah, I'm going with Drew Hill too.
Sleeping in my bed, messing with my head. But hey, you can get crunk to that one.
What about you, Cherie? You the one to split the tie.
Oh no, I'm gonna go. I agree, that's tough, but I'm gonna go with Aaron Hall.
Hey,
Cherie, you supposed to be on our team.
I remember that video. The video was
so sad.
Yeah, it was sad.
So sad.
Yeah, baby.
So sad. Oh well, man, this has been another great episode of the Rip 28 podcast. We're gonna close this thing out. El Presidente, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Hey man, everybody stay safe. COVID's still out here. They got about 60 different variants. So keep your mask on and get vaccinated.
What about you, educator?
All I'm gonna do is say stay safe, enjoy your life, man. Don't wait till you 50 to get out here trying to get real freaky and throw that old back out. Throw that old back out and can't go
start
to work.
Doing the percolator at 50.
Hey man, it was my turn. You had your chance. But no, just have fun, man, and stay safe.
Hey, I'm the president. I can jump in.
J1, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Nah, I just gotta make it to the show on time because I don't want to hop in the middle of the show and get bombarded with this question. I had no where would it come from. So
it went straight at you as soon as you popped out.
So be on time, no, not CP time. Put it that way.
And Cheddar, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Just gonna remind everybody to breathe. Sometimes we hold our breath and we're stressed, but remember to breathe and that you are doing your very best. And just remember that you're doing your very best.
All right, man. This has been another great episode of the Rip 28 podcast. It's a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like. But we're going to keep on talking about it on the Rip 28 podcast. And I want everybody to remember, 2 guys and a girl is a threesome. 2 dudes and a girl is a chain. We'll holler. Rip 28 podcast.
Hey, one last thing. Black History Month, y'all represent.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the beat, hope you understand I am not your enemy, nor will I pretend to be.